Hey, it's Andrew bringing you another Keyforge deck opening. This is going to be another Winds of Exchange deck. Really enjoying seeing those tokens. Oh, and we see the house is here, so let's just get to it. So this is, I think that's Priest, but is it Cultist? I don't remember. But we have Unfathomable, Brobnar, and Mars, and this is Bobquaint, the Organ Scholar Fighter. So I guess Bobquaint is someone who knows a lot about organs and engages in pugilism or something. There's the Archon back, pretty nice. And is this? Oh, it is Priest. So Priest is a 2-power, that's nice, Aquan, with action, exhaust an enemy creature. All right. In Unfathomable, I'm going to hope for a lot of disruption, ways to mess with the opponent's board for sure, but also hopefully to mess with their hand and ability as a player to make choices. In Brobnar, I'm hoping for some excellent board control with Amber generation, and in Mars, I am hoping for some wackiness, some control, and maybe even some kind of denial, Amber control shenanigans. But we'll see. All right, we start with Brobnar. We have Broken Axe Outpost. This is the Brobnar Outpost. It's an artifact with an amber. This one got a damage pip on it. It's a location. And all the outposts have an action that starts with put a friendly creature on the bottom of its owner's deck. If you do, comma. And the ability for Broken Axe Outpost is deal 6 damage to an enemy creature. That could be quite nice. Then we have Crim Torchtooth, who's a 7-power giant with splash attack 4, and after it fights, you enrage each of its neighbors. That's pretty great. It's so crazy. Compare this to NARP, how much nicer this is. It's insane. Okay, this will be fun. Smith, it's an action with an amber that gives you 2 more amber if you control more creatures than your opponent. Another old but goodie, Unguarded Camp is an action with an amber. This one got a damage on it. And when you play it for each creature you control in excess of your opponent, so if your opponent has 5 and you have 8, then the relevant number here would be 3. A friendly creature captures 1 amber. So in that case, you would capture 3. Each creature cannot capture more than 1 amber this way, so you have to spread it out. Bumpsy is a 5-power giant that says play, your opponent loses 1 amber. Nice amber control there. We got another Bumpsy. Never sad to see Bumpsies. Actually, and that's really nice because with the outpost, that could be a good way to tuck the Bumpsy to get it again later. But it's a 5-power body, so it could be nice to keep on the board. But if you can play, make your opponent lose 1, tuck it back under to get it again at the end of your deck, and deal 6 damage to something, that's actually a pretty good deal. A third Bumpsy. I love it. Then we have Krog the Clumsy, who is a 7-power giant with splash attack 2. I mean, wow. Like, it's common versus Crim, who is uncommon, but that's a lot of splash attack damage that we're doing there. I feel like Smith has a great chance of going off. Fresh Marks is an action with an amber. When you play it, you destroy a friendly creature, and if you do, you exalt 3 enemy creatures. So compare this with Blood Money, which gives you 2 amber if your opponent has at least 1 creature. This gives you up to 4 amber, but to get the full value, your opponent would have to have 3 creatures when you play it, and it has the cost of you destroying a friendly creature. So interesting trade-offs there, but it's a good card. I like to see it. Wow, more big creatures. Not too shocking with Brobnar, but nice to see. Jarl Svend is a 7-power giant that says that after an enemy creature is destroyed, fighting Jarl Svend, you make a token creature. And we've got another Jarl Svend. Wow, nice. Then we have Press Gang. When you play it, it's an action. When you play it, you make a token creature. And if an enemy creature was destroyed this turn, which, let's face it, pretty good chances, you archive Press Gang. Okay, that is pretty nice. That is a lot of big creatures. 4 7-power creatures, and then 3 5-power creatures. That's pretty decent board control. And then let's go. Not a lot of printed amber. I guess 4 is not too shabby. Smith could gain us an extra 2, and Fresh Marks could gain us an extra 3. So really, it could count as like 10 amber generation in Brobnar. No, 4, 5, 6, 9. Not counting reaps and stuff, but yeah, it actually seems pretty good. Okay, on to Mars. We'll start with the rares. We have Hypnotic Command. Now, I'd be way more excited about Hypnotic Command if we had Mars tokens. Oh well. It's a really good combo with Mars tokens because it says play for each friendly Mars creature, choose an enemy creature to capture one from its own side. So obviously, having Mars tokens means you have more Mars creatures, which means Hypnotic Command is more effective. So we'll have to see what creatures we actually get in Mars to enable that. Oh, well, we got a big one, Ether Spider. This is our 5th 7-power creature in this deck. But Ether Spider, who is a 7-power beast, does not deal damage when fighting. However, each amber that would be added to your opponent's pool is captured by Ether Spider instead. So that's a good way to delay your opponent from getting to their victory condition. We have the Mars Outpost, Nyan Outpost. The ability after the comma is make 2 token creatures, getting more priests out. Then we have Suspended Animation. It's an action with 2 damage enhancements. I think, have we seen the damage? We have seen 2 damage, one on Broken Axe Outpost and one on Unguarded Camp. When you play Suspended Animation, you put a damaged enemy creature into your archives, and then standard Mars stuff. If it leaves your archives, put it into its owner's hand instead. Genetic Blast is an action with an amber that says play, deal 2 damage to a creature and each other creature with the same name as that creature. That is nice. Token poison could be good in other situations as well. Ironics Rebel is a 2-power Martian Ironics with deploy, and after you play it, you ready each of its Mars neighbors, which so far could only be Ether Spider. We've got another one, though, another Ironics Rebel. Kaboom is an action. When you play it, you put each Mars creature into its owner's archives, destroy each creature, and then gain 3 chains. I think this is probably a discard most of the time in this deck. Ooh, Mars needs Amber. Action with an Amber. This has a damage pip on it, which is super good. When you play it, each damaged enemy non-Mars creature captures 1 from its own side. That damage pip on it means you can easily do at least 1 there. Genetic Blast probably means you can get more value out of there. That seems great. I love that. Mix the Tall-Minded. Yay, it's a 5-power Martian, and it says that your opponent's keys cost +1 for each friendly Mars creature in play. Again, this would be better if we had a Mars token. Oh well. Ooh, Tixel Beambuckler. 4-power Martian soldier with 1 armor and play. Deal 2 damage to a creature and move it to either flank of its controller's battle line. 5 creatures so far in Mars. That's not too shabby, actually. We get Ixilk's Mesmerist, also, who's a 5-power Martian that says action. A creature captures 1 from its own side. That's a 6 Mars creature. But I will say we're at 13 creatures total, and we haven't even broken into our 3rd house yet. So that's kind of interesting. But that said, I like all these creatures, and they combo well with stuff like Mars needs Amber. So actually, I think this is a pretty decent Mars. Yeah, I'll be interested to see how it plays. Next, Fishies. Okay, Corrode. It's one of my favorite actions in Fish, certainly. It's an action with an amber that says play, choose 1, either destroy an artifact, destroy an upgrade, or destroy a creature with armor. We have Fuguru, a 1-power Aquan with poison, who makes your opponent refill their hand to 1 less card during their draw card step. We have Fizzaloha, a 4-power Aquan with 1 armor and 2 damage icons, who prevents damaged creatures from readying during the ready card step. That actually could be quite good in conjunction with all the other stuff we've seen. We have Under Pressure, an upgrade with an amber that prevents a creature from readying. Bubbles, 5-power Aquan with play, put an enemy creature on top of its owner's deck. I love that card. Abyssal Sight is an action with an amber that says play, destroy a friendly creature. If you do, look at your opponent's hand and choose a card from it. That player discards that card. Very nice player control. We've got Adult Swim, an action with an amber that says play, put each creature with power 3 or lower on top of its owner's deck in a random order. Really good in this deck that doesn't have a lot of low power creatures. Seems nice. Crushing Deep, action with an amber that says play during your opponent's next turn. Keys cost +3 for each forged key they have. Nice way to slow down the end of the game. Fathom Reaver is a 4-power Aquan. This one got a damage icon on it. When you play it, you make a token creature, and while you control a token creature, your opponent draws one less card. That's not bad. Initiation, action, play, make a token creature. If you have fewer than 4 cards in your hand, archive Initiation. Last two here, we've got Sunk Cost, play, choose a house. Your opponent discards a random card from their hand. If it belongs to the chosen house, make a token creature. And then Toxicuta Venom, upgrade with an amber that gives a creature poison. This seems pretty interesting. I am looking forward to trying it out. Really like the big creatures theme. All right, so this was Bobquaint, the Oregon Scholar Fighter. Hope you enjoyed and you get out there and forge some keys.